Starting off first, like I said, with the 1957 Jefferson nickel. Now, if you do have the proof coin from 1957, the Jefferson nickel, you want to look for not doubling, not tripling, but quadrupling. You want to look for that there on the lettering on the obverse, the front of the coin. So we see that doubling there on the motto "In God We Trust," as well as the word liberty, as well as the stars there, and the date 1957 itself. So always be on the lookout for that on your 1957 proof nickels. Now here is that 1957 proof Jefferson nickel that has that double, not the double die obverse, but the quadruple die obverse. And this coin is graded at a proof 67, so it does have a very good grade. The grading scale goes up to 70. This is at a 67, and this coin sold for over $400. Now here is a 1957 proof that is graded at a proof 68 ultra cameo. Now this does not have any types of errors. The sole value comes in at that grade, that very high grade 68 ultra cameo. Now this coin here sold for over $7,000. Just keep in mind, you know, all coin prices depend on when a coin sells, you know, how many of these coins exist at this grade or higher, and so on. Now in 1957, for the regular business strike coins, you can see that they produced over 38 million of the no mint mark and over 136 million of the D mint mark. So they are not, you know, super rare or key dates or anything like that. They are very common coins. However, you know, here is some different coin prices for these coins. This is a 1957 no mint mark. Now the coin is graded at a mint state 65. Now, you know, in some cases, you know, if you have an old, you know, key date Indian had sent at a mint state 65, it could be worth a lot of money. Now, in this case, it's a 1957. There's a lot of these out there at a mint state 65 or, you know, even lower. So this coin only sold for around $25. However, if you go just one grade higher, mint state 66 with full steps, this coin sold for over $2,500. So big difference, 25 bucks and to $2,500. So keep that in mind. Huge difference in coin prices, you know, based on the grade population there. Also on the 1957 proof, we have a double diet reverse. So look for that doubling there on the reverse of the coin, the lettering of the coin. This coin here only sold for around $25 as well, so it's not super rare, but it is graded at a proof 67. Now, same thing for the 1957 D mint mark. This coin is graded at a mint state 65. You know, only sold for around 80 bucks, which is good for a nickel, but, you know, probably, you know, maybe not worth getting graded. But this 1957 D at a mint state 66 sold for over $4,600. So you can always look up on PCGS.com, you know, what different grades, you know, what the prices is for different grades, because in this case they're very different, just one grade apart. And you know, that could happen with, you know, all kinds of different coins as well. You know, something like a Morgan dollar at a certain grade and one grade higher could affect the value tremendously, because, you know, there may not be any that exist at a certain grade, and you might have the first one, you never know. But like I said, $4,600 for that D mint mark. Let's check out these other Jefferson nickels that are worth money. Now you can see that something major is going on here, and that is because it's been double struck, with the second strike being 35% off center. So this is definitely a mint error taking place here. Now that will give the coin some value. You're turning 5 cents into over $400. So if you ever find something like this, you could definitely make some money on it. 5 cents into over $400 for this coin. Next up is a 1971 D Denver Minted Jefferson nickel. Now this coin is graded by PCGS at a mint state 67, and that is the reason why the coin is valuable. And this nickel sold for over $850. Next up, one of my favorite type of errors is the 1971 D Jefferson nickel that was actually struck 15% off center and struck on a 1-cent planchet. So we see how it's got like the Lincoln penny color to it, the copper coloration to it, and that is because it was actually struck on a penny planchet. So very cool. Love these types of errors. This coin sold for over $300. Moving on to another 1971D. Now this one is not too noticeable, honestly. You would, I think this would probably get passed up very easily. However, you can get a coin scale from couchcollectibles.com. Always weigh your coins, make sure they weigh around the right weight. And this coin here was actually struck on a Philippine 25-cent planchet. So here's the coin that the nickel was actually struck on. However, if we go back, we can see that it just looks like a regular nickel. But it has been confirmed by the coin grading company PCGS that it was actually struck on the Philippine coin planchet. Now, very cool error. You're turning 5 cents into over $180. A $180 nickel. Next up is a coin that's sold on eBay. Now, I would probably definitely have this graded if I found something like this or came across something like this. This is a 1971. That is a error coin, of course, as we can see here in the image displayed. Now, this nickel here only sold for around $60. So I would probably have it graded and probably would sell for a little more if it was graded and certified. Now, next up is a 1971 proof set. So this is pretty cool. Now what you want to look for here is on the Jefferson nickel is a missing S mint mark. So the other coins have the S mint mark, but the Jefferson nickel is missing the S mint mark, the San Francisco minted mint mark. So always be on the lookout for that. Check your proof sets. This proof set here with that no S Jefferson nickel sold for over $1,100. $1,100 US. Here's another example of a proof set with the 1971 missing S Jefferson nickel, and this proof set sold for over $1,200. So always be on the lookout for that in your proof sets. Now here is a individual nickel. It isn't with the proof set. It's a 1971, again missing the S, no S mint mark as we can see here, and it is a very, very valuable coin. This nickel sold for over $7,000. That's right, over $7,000. It also does help that the coin is graded at a proof 69, so nearly a perfect grade on that nickel. Again, here's an example of an S mint mark on the Jefferson nickel. Here's an example to the right with the no S mint mark. So missing that S mint mark. This is only for the proof coin, so not for a business strike coin. As we can see here, the 1971 no mint mark up top is the business strike, and then the 1971 here on the bottom is the proof coin. So you can really tell a big difference. Proof coin is going to be much more detailed, have a mirror-like finish, as opposed to the business strike, which is pretty much the coins that you find in your pocket change every day. Typical change. Now here's a 1971S proof nickel that is actually got almost a perfect grade like the other proof nickel, graded at a proof 69, which gives it a lot of value. However, this is not missing the S mint mark. It actually has the S mint mark. And this coin here sold for over $1,500. Now I've discussed type 1, type 2 in my other Buffalo nickel videos, so be sure to check those out. Now this 5-cent coin was struck on a 10-cent planchet. It only weighs 2.5 grams. You can see that the whole design of the Buffalo nickel did not get on the coin, so it's kind of cut off there. We got Liberty cut off, United States of America cut off on the reverse. Now this coin here sold for over $46,000. $46,000. Now this next one is a very, very awesome coin. This is a 1943S 5-cent coin, a Jefferson nickel that was struck on a 1-cent planchet. Now it only weighs 2.8 grams. Now this one was actually struck on a steel penny. So you guys know the steel pennies from 1943. This nickel was actually struck on a steel penny pretty much. So this is supposed to be a 35% silver nickel, as it is from 1943. Now this coin here, because of that error, because of the high grade, sold for over $18,000. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle, check out the videos to the left of me, and until tomorrow, I'll see you on the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.